Okay, so welcome back. This is the second part that I do. First part is my macro outlook, and this one now is my chart analysis for the week ahead. Again, I just use dailies for just sort of giving you those longer term trends, etc., rather than any short term. You could do that for yourself, I'm sure. So before I do that, just the legend so you know exactly what's there. So the black numbers are going to be support and resistance levels based on trend lines. Pink numbers are going to be breakout levels. And claret numbers, they're just going to be horizontal levels where I've identified support or resistance generally based on double or triple tops or bottoms. Okay, so as usual, let's start with the Dow, and I've got resistance at 43,005, support at 42,284, and then lower down, I've got support at 41,163 and 48,09. Record high again, so you know, is there much to stop that before the end of the year? I am not so sure. I must admit I haven't really traded that much with the indices. I've sort of tried to be cautious because I am a bit of a bear or dove trader, so I found other products to trade, so I'm very careful about my timing when I go into them, and of course my risk management. You know, for me, it's much better for me to trade options when it comes to some of these products, because at least I know my maximum loss. And here on the S&P, I've got resistance at 58.36 and support at 57.79. So it's quite a tight range, so it's likely to break out one way or the other. Of course, another record high there. I think it's the 42nd or 43rd, something like that this year so far. And of course, we've still got another 3 months to go. We're just coming up to the final quarter of the year. So Nasdaq wasn't so lucky. It hasn't had such a spur as the others, and it's just struggling. You know, it's moving up, but it's sort of where usually it's steaming ahead of everybody else. This time it's lagging a little bit. So I've got resistance at 25.29 and support at 20.171, and then below that at 19.020. So again, just gives you an idea of what's going on there. Pound against the dollar. So you know the dollar's really struggling at the moment. I just think it's, you know, currency traders just been a little bit short-sighted. Personally, I look at them more at the macro picture. Yeah, I will trade them intraday, obviously, but you know, when you look at economies, I think the US has got far better still. Anyway, let's have a look. So I've got resistance at 134.39 and I've got support at 133.09. And even the euro against the dollar is performing quite well. I've got resistance at 112.53, support at 111.51, and support at 110.31. So again, you know, it's a bit more dollar weakness than it is anything else being stronger. So Bitcoin had a really good week. Finished at the highs on Friday, and I've got resistance pretty much at those highs, which is 66,240, with support at 62,365. Moving on to gold, I've got resistance at 26.88, support at 26.41 and 25.62. Again, it's just another one of those. It's following the stocks up. You know, that sort of those times of inverse relationships, risk on, risk off between gold and the indices just seems a little bit distant at the moment, which, you know, quite often is the case when central banks are so active in the markets. And then finally, moving on to WTI, and here I have resistance at 71.64 and support at 67.07. However, you know, with what's going on in the Middle East, just be a little bit more cautious on the upside. You know, I'm not saying buy it, but I'm just being, you know, if you're going to sell into this, you just got to be a little bit cautious because of what's going on in the Middle East. This could escalate quite quickly in my mind. So I'm not saying don't trade it. I'm just saying be careful and obviously make sure you've got your stop losses in. Now, that's it for me for this week. I hope you enjoy all this analysis. You know, always feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear from you guys. I was in London on Friday talking and presenting to, on the day, probably close to 1,000 traders. It's done every 6 months. It's a great event. It's the IX Trader Show. There'll be another one probably about April, and possibly I'll be speaking at that as well. So all that leaves me is to wish you to have a great week, and of course just watch the last couple of slides in case there's any other way I can help you, and take care for now. So just a little heads up on my services. So I offer a daily newsletter that includes global news, headlines, my views. That's a subscription service. I also offer one-day workshops. You know, this helps you to discover if trading could be your next career or maybe just a secondary income. But you know, the one thing is, because I offer a variety of them, is I can also just fill in any gaps that you may have with your current trading, or you know, whether it's macro or actual trading skills. And then I offer a 1 week intensive course. You know, that's going to make you feel confident and competent after just 1 week. And you know, that's going to basically give you the foundations on which to build your trading career. You know, I'm going to help you find that inner trader, and that also now includes a free trading challenge. And then there's my Flexi Masterclass. That's 6 weeks of guided learning, but you can spread them out. You don't have to take them all at once, and that does help to accelerate the learning curve. And that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading tools that you're going to need to navigate these markets, you know, and any asset class, you know, whether it's financial, commodity, digital, I'm involved in them all. And as I say, the weeks can be spread out there, and that also includes a free trading challenge. Trader mentoring, so you know, maybe you've already got some experience but you're looking to get to that next level and you're struggling to do that. I offer mentoring by the hour, by the day, or a monthly subscription. It's entirely up to you, but you know, I just want to help you guys to reach that next level time and again. And of course I provide lots of trader educational content, not just to individuals but also to exchanges and brokers. And if you're looking for that funded trading account, you know, so you don't have to risk your capital, then contact me for details. I've got 2 good ones that I use. Okay, so finally, as usual, just ending with a disclaimer. So, you know, if you're already involved in, you'll know this. If not, then please take serious note of this, that trading does involve the risk of loss of capital and it's not suitable for everyone. However, I do hope it is for you. And now, because there's leverage involved from many companies, just be careful because you can lose substantially more than that initial investment. You know, the regulators are a bit more on top of that these days, but you know, even so, just be a bit cautious. Everything that I include in these just purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade or invest. That must be your decision. And of course, before you make that decision, you've got to consider the risks involved. And that includes your financial situation, definitely your level of experience, definitely your risk appetite, and of course, only risk capital you're prepared, but more importantly, that you can afford to lose. And if you've got any doubts whatsoever, you know, first of all, think twice before you do it. Speak to a financial advisor. and do that before you risk your capital. You know, I have so many people come to me because they've lost money. I'd rather they come to me and learn how to do it and not have lost the money in the first place, because that's just a waste of their savings. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these, and you know, I'll be doing these on a weekly basis, so I'm going to post the links in places so that you can get to them. My new website will be finished soon, but in the meantime you can reach me at the email address below on all the slides, which is chrisjtubby55@gmail.com. And all I can say is I wish you a wonderful week, best of luck with your trading, and hope to see you again next weekend. Bye for now.